is Theresa Burroughs. We were just entering in just coming into maturity. I think maybe early 20s, maybe the same age you are now.
Oh, we are soldiers in the army.
I was on a mission. You know, it was a mission. It was a do or die mission. Every morning that I left home, we didn't know if we would come back or not, or be brought back. We didn't know, but we went anyway. That was the type of resolve that we had, because we was just not going to take it anymore. We were not going to be just singled out as the only people that could not vote and have a say in our own destiny.
And it took enormous fortitude and courage for Theresa Burroughs and others to sort of stand up to those forces. I've been in Alabama for 25 years, and each year we celebrate the sacrifices that Alabamians made on Bloody Sunday.
I am just pleased to be here, and when Tony called me about this project, you know, a light bulb just went off. And she talked about it. I heard her passion, as you just heard her talk about. She had done her homework, and her passion was here in this particular work. And I thought about, when we talked about it, she talked about Muddy. Y'all know Muddy, Miss Theresa Burroughs, and keeping her legacy alive. And I cannot stand here before you with good conscience without allowing you to know that I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for a Miss Theresa Burroughs. So it is important for me to help Tony to keep that legacy alive. And as she came to me and I said to her that I would do everything that I could within my powers at the state to make this come to fruition. So to hold Miss Theresa Burroughs' legacy alive is something that I'm willing to work towards along with Tony. Intellectual disabilities is something that our society has to accept. We've gone from calling people retarded. We've gone from calling them crazy. But what we don't understand is in our society, there are people with compassion, with hearts, with love, unconditional love. Because I know that's in my family. I have a little girl called Latasha that has the most unconditional love for me that I know that anybody else could have for me. And I don't have to ever question Tasha's love for me, because it's there. She's gonna be worried about, just because she heard me that I got to go back to Montgomery, she's gonna probably be worried about me going on that road. But at the end of the day, she knows that I love her too, and we're willing to do anything for her. But what we don't understand is that families of people who have these intellectual disabilities need a break. They need a break. People need to understand that if you are caring for someone with an intellectual disability, it's a full-time job.
Yes.
And that when children are younger than their parents, sometimes the parents often demise before the child. And the society in our community is left with, what do we do with that child? If no other family member wants to come and take that child in, that child goes back to the state or somewhere else. And most of us say, well, I wonder what happened to her, and nobody cares. But what Tony is bringing to us is the village. We always talk about it takes the village to raise a child. She's bringing us the village. And we all in this room should be willing to help her build this facility. Because this facility is only a value add to our community. It doesn't take anything away from us. It's going to give us a place to know that our babies are safe.
Yes.
That they will be cared for. And that they will be loved. And they will be looked after even after we demise and we're gone. We need to know that that is in place. We can have all insurance money and all that we want, but we got to know that somebody's going to continue to take care of that child with the intellectual disability, who sometimes can't take care of themselves. And that's why it's going to take all of us to be involved with this project. I'm so proud of Tony to bring this project back home. She could have did this anywhere that she wanted to do this, but she decided to bring it home because of Renee. And I've been knowing Renee all of my life. Renee basically kind of raised all of us in the neighborhood. You know, she's been around, and Renee is a permanent statue in the depot. Everybody in depot know Renee. Renee can walk in anybody's house she wants to in the depot, and everybody know her. And nobody's gonna bother. She's gonna be all right. And so with that, we gotta make sure not only does Renee get help, but all the other children around here with intellectual disabilities, that they are taken care of. And that's the task that we have before us. The question is, am I my brother?
I mean, spectacular lady. And I see her spirit in you, and appreciate what you're doing in the community. It will impact this community tremendously. So thank you for having us here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Love what you're doing. I just live next door in Utah, so I think this is a special place for what you do for your citizens, and you're doing a great job. And like Jill said, you have a servant's heart, and thank you for doing that.
The initiative to bring this to Greensboro and all the hard work you put into this, this is going to be a real blessing for our community, and I appreciate what you're doing. I look forward to working with you.
Thank you.
But you know, when I looked up and when Danielle and Joseph and everybody shared with me the mission that you have here, it just touched my heart, because the people that you help are often forgotten and often left behind. And I think that, you know, anytime we can step in and help you with your mission, it takes a lot of heart. It takes a servant's heart. And I think everything I learned about your mom, it sounds like that was passed down to you, and that you are just have this community on board. You've got us on board. So we are really happy to be here today, happy to be a part of this, and wish you lots of luck.
Thank you.